Hi sweet souls, welcome back to my channel. Today we're unboxing the Witch's Shadow Oracle. It just comes wrapped up like this. So this is the Witch's Shadow Oracle. It says 40 cards for wandering through the forest of your subconscious. It's by Clare Gogerty and illustrated by Tijana Lukovic. Tiana actually does artwork for the Seasons of the Witch, Seasons of the Witch Tarot. So that's really cool to see different illustrations from the same author, illustrator. But here it says, pick a card and discover your shadow side. Moon goddesses, bird souls, wolves, rebels, archetypes, and magical creatures all are intertwined in these 40 gorgeous artwork. Each card is full of hidden meanings and associations to help you confront and integrate yourself psychologically and magically. Tijana Lukovic has an MFA in both drawing and painting, has over 100,000 followers on Instagram, and Clare Gogerty is the author of many nonfiction books, including The Witch's Yearbook, The Magical Garden, and The Magic of Seeds. I was just gonna say I wasn't sure if Clare made other decks, but they've made other books. It retails for $19.99 in the UK. I always don't remember, it's UK pounds, and it's $25.99 US and $34.99 Canadian. It's a lot, but we'll see how cool it is later. Just the same all around. Here, black on the inside. Put that there. And we'll get into the guidebook towards the end or for the reading later. We'll get into that and we'll get into the cards. Ooh, they feel they feel tiny. Interesting. It's just black on the inside. There, put that there. And interesting, this will slip out very easily. Comes with one of those things. I never know what they're called, but this is interesting. This is ooh, not a good look. Are they all like that? Oh, why are they all kind of like that? They're all kind of like that. Oh, not all of them. The first three are, so that's interesting, but they're very small. I'm gonna grab, I just unboxed this one. I think it'll come up after this one because I have to edit it still. I know this one will go up first and this one will come up after, but this is the Atomic Element. What is it called? The Atomic Element Healing Oracle. So this is the Atomic Element Healing Oracle, and this is the Shadow Work Oracle, the Witch's Shadow Work Oracle. And this is quite tiny, actually, a bit smaller. It's not standard oracle size, as you can see. Yeah, it's not, I don't know if that's a good comparison, but yeah, it's right there. Not as big. Thought that was interesting. Yeah, it's tinier. It fits nicely in my hands, though, because I got small hands, so it's nice that it's glossy, team glossy cards. They do move around, so they're glossy cards. The cardstock's pretty, it's good, but it's also, it's good. It's not, as thin, I would say. Do one of these, and one of these. It's kind of, it's bendable, but not as bendable. Because again, I don't know, this is probably a printing thing. But yeah, you don't want to kind of ruin the pictures. I feel like it is definitely like a card stock vibe with just gloss. But yeah, I don't know, something about it being really tiny I don't want to bend them too much. You can bend them. There's not a lot of crease there. Oops. There's not a lot of crease there, but yeah, it seems easy enough to get that back in. I think so. But anyway, let's get in. A glossy card. It's very nice. I'll show you the back. Yapping all the time. Here we go. Let's get in. It says the authentic self. Ooh, and there's a picture, a mirror. Very nice. The moon, a lot of symbols. I like that. I hope they talk about the symbols because it seems like there's a lot of symbols. I don't know if the white background's doing it for me, personally, I feel like it works, but also I like, right now I'm really liking color. But I think this is nice to like kind of bring your own color, right? You know, your own like thoughts to it. Very clear clarity kind of vibe. So that's cool. That's just my initial reaction to how I'm thinking about it. The mother. Ooh, interesting. I don't know. I think the card size is it's interesting. I've never had a card size this, not this small. I've had tarot decks that are kind of this size or smaller, but misunderstood. But I don't know, I'm kind of digging it. I like it. I know Hay House are making their decks a little bit smaller. This is nice here. But yeah, this is interesting. New size. I wonder what this is. Bad child. Ooh. It's interesting. Intrigued. There's a person there. There's lots to look in for this card. Like I'm just going like top down, kind of sibling, and then their hair is all kind of with the birds. Sibling, that's cool. The parent, ooh, I like this one. They're just fluttering with their magic. That's nice. It is witches shadow work, so that's pretty cool. I like it. Yeah, the leader. Ooh, with the wolves in the pack of the moon. I see a lot of moon symbolism. I guess shadow work, like subconscious, hidden kind of work. That makes sense. The lover. Ooh. I like it. Interesting. There's a little snake there. It's kind of giving like a tarot vibes. just ever so slightly. Ooh. There's some drawings there. I like that it's like you can tell somebody like illustrated it. I really like that when they're like painted or like very nice illustrations are very nice. Like at the watercolor, like you can see like the painting and things like that. I like that. It's nice. Ooh, it's a very big eye. The hunter. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I can do the white background, but I think I'd like a more color like background. But I understand the choices. Pilgrim. The helper. Ooh. Very cool. Hopefully it's focusing. It's like really trying to focus on this face. Ooh, a wolf. Very nice. I like these right here. There's a little star here. The trickster. Silly trickster. That's an interesting oracle deck, for sure. I'm very excited to get into the guidebook. I think I've said it like 5 times, but I'm just so excited to read about it. The crone. Oh, hear about the crone a lot. I know a lot of stories about the crone. So that's interesting to hear a new perspective. I like this. Illustrations here. There's a little house. Yeah, it's nice to look at. It's almost like at least this one's feels like a picture, like a Polaroid. That's cool. The thing here. There's like a veil. The bereft. The bereft. The Ice Queen. Yeah, everything's like a little muted. The color tones, they're all kind of in the same family, of course, but I'm digging the art style and the colors, like the tones. There's a lot going on over here. It's interesting to see, and there's again something over here, like in the corner. So a lot of like repeated imagery, like but different. Kind of gives you things to think about, because this one says lightning bolt, that one was a forest, and I'm sure the other one was something different as well, but with a kind of interesting meaning. The well. Ooh, interesting. Well. Like a well? Or does it mean like well? That sometimes catches me. The judge. Very nice colors on this outfit. Ooh, flower girl, cool. Yeah, lots of moon work. Very nice. The mat, ooh, I like it. I like it. Yeah, even like with little details here, and like even in the corners, they're all. There's always things in the corner. I wonder if they're upside down. Is that stylistic, or is there like would it be like a reverse kind of thing? So we'll check that out as well. Cool. Oh, stars, yeah. It does kind of give a little tarot vibes, just ever so slightly. You know, no cups, but the silky. Ooh. Yeah, I guess, yeah, like I was saying, I like how open it is, but also I like just a fuller kind of experience, I guess, because I'm all about like I guess I'm more visual. Like I like to see and understand more, but I understand the vision. I really like that as well. Like this is very beautiful too. What's in their hand? A book. Okay. What was in their hand? It was a book. The cave. What are these? I guess little wolves there. And some stars up here. And we have the raven. Cool. Very nice. And we're at the end. The hare. Wow. I like the owl and pointing up. That's pretty cool. That's nice. Yeah, this is the Witch's Shadow Work Oracle. 40, I think it was 40 cards. Or was it 44? I want to double check. It was 40 cards, yes. 40 cards in a guidebook. It's got a shuffle. I've no doubt they shuffle well. They definitely do. Oops. Yeah, they're very nice because they're glossy. They're glossy. And then we'll get a shuffle easily. And what's the lucky card of the day? The lightning bolt. We'll get a reading in the guidebook. Okay, there we go. We have the lightning bolt. We'll read it in the guidebook here. I think there was something on the back. Yeah, 40 cards. And there's something here. It says 40 cards to help you find the shining stars and moons in your mind's shadowy places. The detailed guidebook explains each card's main themes and how to use them. It includes affirmations, nice interpretations, prompts, folklores, fairy tales, myths, and exercises, including guided meditations, mandalas, dream work, and journaling. Wow, that's a lot. So I'm excited. A lot of work. I mean, shadow work is like a huge, thing. You don't just do it one day and bam, but it's nice to see more. I like that. I don't know what number this is. I guess it's numbered in its own way. But yeah, we have introduction. What is shadow work? How to use the cards, the 4 suits. So there's different suits. Yes, there actually are different suits. I didn't notice that. These are butterflies. Or dragonflies, and the other one had like flowers, so that's interesting to see. And then how to keeping a shadow journal. And then there's the natural world, which has all these cards, and then the dreaming world, which is a different part. Where lightning bolt is, the 71, imagined world, and then there's also invisible world. So that's interesting. And then about the author, about the illustrator. Okay, we'll take a look in. So introduction. What is shadow work? Maybe I'll zoom this. I'll zoom you in a bit so you can see better. What is shadow work? Shadow work is an exploration of the darker side of our characters, those traits that we prefer to ignore. The psychiatrist and psychoanalyst Carl Jung, who pioneered the practice, called the shadow the negative side of the personality, the sum of all those unpleasant qualities we like to hide. Bringing the shadow into the light is a powerful approach to healing that involves exploring and integrating primitive negative emotions. These include rage, envy, greed, selfishness, desire, resentment, and striving for power. By shining a spotlight into these dark corners of our psyche, we begin to understand ourselves and transform buried pain into personal growth. Shadow work helps you end the constant battle with the self so that you can boost your confidence and find wholeness. It can also unlock love and compassion you've previously denied to yourself and others. It can even help you make peace with yourself and those around you. And then it says how to use the cards. I guess I'll read how to use the cards, and then I'll leave this here if you want to read that. But it says the Witch's Shadow Work Oracle does not promise to have all the answers, but is a useful tool of prompt for your shadow work. It is a good place to start when working with and trying to understand your shadow so that you can face it when it conceals rather than push it away and ignore it. Choose a quiet time and place to work with the cards. You might like to create a contemplative corner, light a candle, and find somewhere comfortable to sit. Close your eyes and spend a moment or two breathing deeply. When you feel settled, open your eyes and pick up the cards. Okay, and then there are spreads. Very interesting. And then, yeah, it's just a little simple spread here. One card, and I guess a 3 card. There, if you want to check that out. And a few more. There's another introduction. I think that's to the the spread. Yeah, the 4 suits. This is interesting. So it says this deck is divided into 4 suits, each with a different theme. So we have Natural World, which is the animals, nature, the moon, stars have all much to teach us. These cards release your wild and unruly side in a good way. We have the Dream World, which I think is a lightning bolt. What lies in your subconscious often comes to light in dreams. What you dream can give you clues and symbols that will help you understand your shadow side. Interesting. We have the Imagined World. Fairy tales, myths, legends, and folklores are populated by archetypes and life lessons which resonate with shadow work. And it says the Invisible World. Hurtful experiences in childhood can linger unseen in the subconscious, but manifest in behaviors and emotions in adult life. These cards can help to process them. Very interesting. That's actually really nice. I like to see it. And then I'll leave this here if you want to pause to read that. Keeping a shadow journal. And then we're here, the Natural World. So I think we are, what is it called? A lightning bolt. And it's way past somewhere. Oh, lightning bolt. We're here. The picture is there, but not in color. So I'll put this here one last time. Lightning bolt. And then here we go. It says, the Dream World, the lightning bolts. The lightning bolt asks, how have you dealt with death of a loved one? Ooh. And a lightning bolt forking across the sky, illuminating the world for a microseed as it spears the ground is terrifying yet awesome. The terror lies in its fatal, unpredictable strike, the awe in its incredible moment of brightness, a giant flashlight soothing through the darkness. Unsurprisingly, lightning appears in many myths and legends. In Greek mythology, Zeus, wielded lightning as a weapon, and Thor, the Norse god of thunder, had a lightning spear. In Celtic tradition, the spot hit by lightning was held sacred and became a place of ceremony or ritual for the Algonquin and Iroquois people in Canada. The legendary Thunderbird flashes lightning from its eyes, often when meting out punishment. Oh. The death of someone close strikes at the heart like a lightning bolt, piercing and brutal. Yet in the darkness of grief, there can be a momentary flash of revelation or understanding that can sustain us during the sadness and loss. Looking death in the face, whether loved ones or our own, is tough. But ignoring it is more damaging because it lingers unseen, hovering like a heavy cloud above our heads and weighing down our daily lives. Okay, it's interesting. I like the beginning that it talked about some history about like different cultures and like what they represent, the lightning bolt. Well, I like that. You say, sadness doesn't last forever. This too shall pass. Ooh, I like that. This too shall pass. Dreaming of lightning, especially when it strikes someone you know, can indicate a release of repressed emotion or an outpour of grief. Remember those you've lost. So there's a ritual here. It says this is a good time. This is a good ritual to do at Samhain, 31 October. Oh, Halloween. A powerful time for magic work and contacting the spirit world. I thought I'm saying it right. Samhain? Samhain. I think that's how you say it. Samhain is when the veil between the world and the outer world is thinnest. So communication between the two is easier and dead. Souls can slip back to us, back to join us. Dig through old photographs and any boxes of mementos associated with the person or people you have lost. Arrange them carefully in a circle, a cross, or a pyramid, whatever works best for you, on a firm surface, and surround them with tea lights and votive candles. The number of candles will depend on how many memories, photographs, peoples you have found. Choose a number that makes sense to you. Go through the group of candles, lighting each in turns. As you do so, repeatedly speak the name of the person or people you're remembering. Think about what they meant to you and what they were like, the way they looked, how they spoke, their characteristics. Forgive them if they ever hurt you emotionally or physically. Then blow out each candle in turn and send that light into the darkness towards them wherever they may be. I think that's super interesting. It's a nice ritual too about like release, and you kind of think about it, you kind of see you can visualize them, and then also you can like let it go. I don't know, like everyone's different, so you don't always have to give forgiveness to people, especially if you just don't feel like it. Like everyone is different, right? In their shadow work, I guess if it is a shadow work and you're trying to let go of all the energy, then it makes sense. But, you don't always have to forgive to move forward, is my thing. Maybe a little moral dilemma there, but that's just what I think. But I like the message overall. I feel like it's good lightning bolt, like overall good meanings and messages. And I like the, remember what you lost. That's really nice. So, yeah. And then this is a different one. I'm going to pick a random one. Here we go. Imagine World. And if you want to read another one, I'll leave that there. I won't read it because I'll go on and on, but oops. I'll leave it there if you want to pause and read another one. And I'll leave that there. So let's get into the end, which I believe the end, which is about the author. Oh, wow. I've never seen pictures. I feel like I have, but maybe I haven't. Clare Gogerty. I hope I'm saying it right. But here is more about the author, if you want to pause and read that. And then more about the illustrator as well. Very cool. Lovely to see. And yeah, this is by Watkins, the publisher. Oh, I don't know if I have any Watkins. Yeah, but this very nice deck, the Witch's Shadowwork Oracle. I think it was pretty cool, right? I think it was pretty cool. I thought it was nice. Like the energies were very nice, and it gives you a lot to think about, especially if you're in this kind of headspace, like you want to do shadow work. I feel like that's really... It can help you in that way. Like in a starting kind of way. I feel like it's a good beginner kind of deck to get into shadow work and then kind of like work through your emotions. It'd be good to work like step by step, or if you want to shuffle them, you can totally shuffle. But it's nice to just work through whatever it is you want to work through, especially if you're like holding a lot of thoughts or emotions or overwhelm or sadness, right? But yeah, this is the Witch's Shadowwork Oracle, 40 cards. I think it was really nice, glossy cards. They do, They do their thing really nicely. They bend nicely, and they're not standard oracle. They're a little bit smaller. But overall, the illustrations are beautiful, and I think the guidebook has a lot of nice information, like starter information to help you, and kind of maybe you'll also get like a lightning bolt or an epiphany, and you'll be like, oh, that really helped, or that's leading me somewhere where I can kind of unpack that in your journal. It did say in the guidebook how to keep like a shadowed journal, and I do think journaling is really helpful even for like any tarot sessions. Like if you're listening to somebody do the tarot, then maybe you could journal before or after, or if you're getting an oracle, you know, journal before, journal after. It's really helpful. So yeah, I think that's all I want to say. It does retail for, again, let me take a look. I think it's, yeah, $20, $19.99 UK, $25.99 US, and $34.99 Canadian. So yeah, definitely check it out if you liked it. But I know actually a pair. I know not right now, but later, the Seasons of the Witch is coming out with a tarot deck. So that'll be super nice. I've been wanting that like forever, to match with all the Seasons of the Witch, and also the Shadow Work one if you want to mix and match some tarot. That'd be really nice. So look out for that whenever it comes out. I think this year sometime. So yeah, that's a nice pair. But thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you like, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.